Should you stay or should you go? Are you in the mood for a reading? I'm in the mood for a reading. How about we pull a few cards and see what comes out? Sounds good? Sounds good. Okay. So I had a crazy dream last night, and what came to mind today was that, instead of just pulling energy about what I'm feeling, I'm still going to pull energy about what I'm feeling, but it's around a certain question. And the question is, should you stay or should you go? And this is going to fit differently in people's lives. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be moving, it could be, traveling, uprooting your life. It'll fit differently in everyone's life. But truly what I was feeling was, should you stay or should you go? So let's pull a few cards and see what comes out and get some clarification on it. In the dream that I had, and red was a very dominant color, this is also why I'm using this deck. It was a very dominant color. And the whole point is that you have the power. It is your choice. And that's the beauty of us having free will. It is always our choice whether we're going to stay or whether we're going to go, whether we're going to grow or whether we're going to stay stuck. It is always our choice. Never let anyone make you feel or convince you that you don't have a choice. There are things in life that we can't control, but we control how we respond. We control how we react. And most of the time we shouldn't react, we should respond. So we should see what your response is. The Empress and the Five of Wands. Okay. And it's like, you are this Empress. You are someone that is very nurturing, very loving, creative. You have amazing ideas, and you can nurture these, great ideas you have into something very beautiful, and then into something like, you can bring it into fruition. The Empress is typically seen pregnant, not in this card, but she's just someone like you could be pregnant with the idea, like I said, of leading, of starting something new. It could be like a new job. It could be a new business. But with the Five of Wands behind it, it feels like there's some conflict. And I don't really want to say there's like conflict with other people, although it could be. It really feels like, and based off my dream, it really just feels off like there's inner conflict within yourself. Doubts, uncertainties. And it really feels like that conflict is getting in the way of you making the decision that is best for you. At the bottom of the deck, you got the Chariot. And like, I'm just seeing like the red is just so dominant, and it makes me think about the root chakra and just so much power. And it's almost like your inner conflict, that conflict you're having inside of yourself is robbing you of your power. It's taking from your actual intuition. Queen of Cups. Intuitively, you know what you want to do. Intuitively, you're being guided. It's almost like, like with that dream, it was like a higher self. There was something, it was almost like a calling. And so it's like intuitively, you know what to do. But it's almost like when you wake up into reality, into the real world, it's into this 3D life on Earth. It's like, was that just a dream or was that real? Did I really get the answers I needed, or was it just a dream? And it really seems like you got the answers you needed. You're blocking your own intuition. You're getting in the way of the things you should do. The things that your soul is like desiring for you to do. Like, you could be wanting adventure. You could be wanting to just explore, just, shake things up, try something new. Oh my God, I'm loving my shirt. This is self-love, baby. And it's just like, love yourself enough, be confident in yourself enough to give yourself the things that you want. And if it's love, go for it. If you're stuck in a relationship that is no longer serving you, and it can be extremely scary to leave relationships that might be all that you know, or it might have been something that you've been with for a long time. It can be extremely scary to leave those things and step away and try something new. And there could be emotions involved. You could love this person. Um, but love should not feel like a trap or a container or something like a box. Love shouldn't box you in. If it's genuine love, then it will always be there no matter where you go or what you try. The Hermit. And it's like, maybe you need to go inwards, really sit with yourself, do some meditation. And heard that. Meditation can be yoga, it could be a walk, it could be listening to music, it could be sitting still, whatever really puts you in tune with yourself. Because if you go inwards, that inner conflict that you're dealing with, I feel like the voices will quiet. And that's kind of what you need, the voices to quiet. Oh, got the world at the bottom of the deck. In order to complete a cycle and start anew. And that's kind of what I'm feeling. You're ready to start a new cycle. I mean, a lot of the cards are pointing towards moving forwards. Seven of Swords. There's a lot of deceit. And that's kind of like what the mind can do. The mind can deceive you. It can trick you into staying, into believing that you're not good enough, that imposter syndrome, or like you'll fail. Like, how do you know you'll fail? You never know unless you try. How do you know if there's a greater love out there if you're so afraid to leave your comfort zone, that love that you're currently feeling, and step out and try something new? How do you know unless you're willing to try? Do not let your mind, and so swords is air energy, it's mental energy. Do not let your mind trick you. Do not let your mind deceive you out of something intuitively your heart and your emotions is telling you it's time to go. It's time to try something new. It's time to move to a new area. It's just, what I'm really against is that you need to trust yourself. If you truly love yourself, like have genuine self-love for yourself, and you listen to yourself, that was a big bird. It was a big bird that just flew. It was really close. And it's almost, I was getting that sense of freedom when you like fly away, like there go more birds. It's like, spread your wings and fly. It's all giving the sense, like I said, from seeing the signs of this reading and seeing the cards, it's just really getting that sense of like, all the signs, your intuition, possibly dreams, synchronicities you see in the world, things you might have seen on TV, songs, like everything is pointing you towards leaving. But you're afraid of the unknown. You don't know what it'll look like. You don't know how it will turn out. And guess what? We can never know what we don't know. And I heard that earlier today, and it's true. You don't know what you don't know. The only way you figure out what you don't know is if you go out there and learn it, if you go out there and try it, if you take that leap of faith, believe in yourself. And that's truly what love is. Like I said, if you're seeing these signs, synchronicities, if you're having dreams like myself, you know that truly your heart, your spirit is saying it's time to go. But like I say, our mind, we get comfortable. Our mind will trick us into staying somewhere that no longer serves us anymore, just because it's comfortable. We really grow. I used to love this saying where it's like, when you push someone into the deep end, and like talk about swimming and people who can't swim, that's when you learn how to swim. That's when you learn what you're capable of. You can be your own hero. We all have gifts, blessings, talents, but we never truly know the extent of our gifts, the extent of our abilities, unless we're tested. And that's a lot about what I believe living on this 3D earth is about. We're all spiritual beings with so much, power and, capabilities. And it's almost like we come down here to test it. We come down here to test it and try it out. And that's, how we raising ranks. And I'm not just talking about like your status, but, just as genuine as we are as people, like our souls. We come down here and we're tested with so much. But do we believe, do we trust ourselves so much? Do we, have faith in who we are? Do we believe in ourselves enough, in our gifts enough, in our talents enough to get out there and try it? Yes, baby, the star with the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. It's like that higher knowing, that higher knowledge, like testing your gifts, having faith in something higher than you. It's guiding you. You're being guided, and you have to have faith and know that you're being guided towards what is best for your soul, what is best for you growing into who you're meant to be, like as a spiritual being, or as a spiritual being, or as just the person that you want to be on this earth. And I want to pull one oracle card to just see if there's like any advice on this. I love this reading, like, especially with pulling that star. It's like, have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. Know that you will not steer yourself wrong. Even though you don't know where you're going, you don't know the end destination, you don't know what, will be there for you when you jump off this cliff. Know that, like a cat, you have 9 lives, and that you will always land on your feet. Even if it turns out bad. Even if it doesn't work out how you saw. Even if it's not a success right away. Know that you'll land on your feet. Flow. That's a great one. With make a wish at the bottom of the deck. What am I saying? Gratitude too. But it's like, make a wish about what you want to see. Let all of your, like I said, if you have a dream for a better relationship, if you have a better dream for a business, or, living abroad, whatever it may be, make that wish. Hold it tight. Believe that it will come true. And then just flow. There could be ebbs in the flow. It's all right. Just let it flow. Don't resist. Don't try to control. Trust yourself. Leap and flow. You know you should go.